wrist. Yes! Yes. Big, small, small, small. Instantly getting it. Good. Good. So now, all you're going to do is just keep your right hand here and move your left hand to the top one and do the same thing. Big, small, 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 big, small, small, small. Good. So what I just showed you was this right here. 4 rights, 4 lefts, big, small, 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 big, small, 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 and then low, and then high. So there's just 3 things that we need in music on any instrument, not just drums. All we need is patterns, dynamics, which is the fancy word for loud notes and soft notes, and then sounds, meaning different sounds. Like on a drum set, we have boom, back, crack, crack, we have all these different sounds. And here, we have like a 2 drum, this is like a drum set, but it's like 2. And that's all we need is really just, if we just have 2 tones, a low one and a high one, we're good. We can get people to dance all day long. So that's what that is. And by the way, your homework assignment is to teach this to another cool kid before sunset tomorrow. And you'll burst into flames if you don't. So don't get dead. And the person you would have taught it to, they will also go up in flames. So just don't murder anybody. Okay, check this out. So, given that you're a drummer, I'm going to show you some stuff. Notice that I have this here. I have this duct tape to get it there better to keep the 3-year-olds from going whack, whack, whack against the side. Okay, so look straight down the stick here and notice that my finger plus my thumb, it basically almost touches, so it's like all the way around. Now, if I do this, I only have it on the bottom and the top. Now, which do you think would be better for controlling this? To have a full grip on this huge, massive stick, or to have just half of a grip?
I think the thumb.
Yeah, it makes sense to have it completely wrapped around.
Yeah.
In fact, do this. Just gripping. Can you try to grip that stick. Do what I'm doing right now. Yes, okay, good. This is the grip plus the thumb. So if you're not doing this, you're bad. Now check this out. I know when drummers are playing like this because there's a space right there. And so as a torture device, I would have my students hold coins in there, and if the coins hit the ground, it turns to lava and then we all die. So we want to close off this space, but it's not necessarily closing off that space for the sake of closing off the space. It's for the sake of making sure that finger is wrapped all the way around. And if we see a space, that means that we don't have a full, that this side of the stick on the inside of the grip is not being touched. This is what we want. So, in fact, let's be silly. 1, 2, 1, 2, with just index grip. Yes, good. Okay, so now, check this out. A 3-year-old, when a 3-year-old picks up a stick, they look like this. Well, they usually don't do that clean of singles, but they're doing this. Now, this versus is a lot different, and there's no way I would be able to play that with my fingers up down the sticks and trying to just do that. There's no way. That's the best I can do with that. It's just right. So we want to have a good grip on the stick, and we also want the back of our hand to face the sky as opposed to our thumbs. Check this out. When all of us are just standing, notice that our thumb like just is on top. Like if we just were told to bring our hand up, our thumb is, you know, the highest finger towards the sky. So that when people who are self-taught pick up sticks, they just do this because it's natural. However, my wrist, if it's doing this, watch this. This angle, junior high, 7th grade?
No, I'm in 5th.
Oh, you're in 5th grade?
Yeah.
You totally look like you're in 8th grade. Okay, so look at this. Have you guys learned about angles yet?
Yeah.
Like 360 degrees and 90 degrees?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So what's, if this is our base and this is a 90, what would you say that is about?
75?
Precisely.
Yeah.
So we only get about a 75% turn when our thumbs are on top. However, what's this degree? That's almost a half a circle is what?
180.
180. It's almost a full 180. So it makes a lot more sense for that guy hitting those drums way too hard, by the way. He's not very good. He can keep a beat, but he's just like hitting the drums too hard. And the drums would sound better, but they weren't being crushed. So anyway, it makes sense for all drummers, including that guy, to turn our wrist so that we can get the 180. Boom, 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 as opposed to only this. It's not very much, but this is a lot. And so, and the further we can come back, the more power we can whip forward. You ever played with a whip?
Yeah.
This is the same idea. Oh, in fact, I have one. I have a rat tail that you crack your sister with. And so playing around with this helps with this because it's essentially just as I could have a whip and do this. In fact, try that. Just take about half of this thing and like smack the heck out of that. Now, think about this. When I do this, when I do this, I'm sending my hand forward, and then this goes like this, and then it basically just curls, and then it whips really hard, as opposed to this. I'm hitting it, but if I go at a straight angle, then it's doing this. Pow! And so it's doing a 360. It's doing 90 degrees, 180, 270, 360. So it's going wham! And so it's got a lot of speed, which is why it's able to crack like that. And so Indiana Jones, when he cracks his whip, we hear like a little gunshot sound, right? You ever thought about how it makes a sound?
Kinda, yeah.
I always thought, like when I was a kid, it was just like hitting itself and like creating like a clap. The speed of this is moving so fast. It's going faster than the speed of sound, which is over 700 miles per hour. This is going like 800 miles per hour. Well, not this, but Indiana Jones whip, and all of that kinetic energy just wham, just attacking like a viper, like the way the snake attacks something. the way we whip something, the way we do this, it's the same thing. So that's why I have this as a teaching tool. And so what I was going to show you is, so instead of just coming and doing a circle at this, like I'm above it, and so then I'm making it go here, and then I'm just going shoom, whack. So I'm hitting it from the top. In fact, pull that chair about 5 feet this way and whip the heck out of that chair. In fact, just stand over there and do it. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, okay, you have the right idea, actually. Yeah, precisely. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I was thinking this way, but yes, going down on it. Yes, precisely. You get it. So that's the same thing we're going to do with this, but instead of something loose, it's just something hard. But I can still whip this thing. Yeah, that was a very good whip. But now, instead of the thumbs on top, turn your hand. Yes. Yes. And your thumb is on the stick, and there's no space right there. That's nice and closed. You have a 360 around the stick. Yes. Notice like I'm just poised like a snake, and then I just start here, and then okay, start here, and then instead of thinking this going down, you're gonna think dropping your wrist, which you're already doing. Boom. This is what goes down. Boom. So from here, wrist, wrist. Yes. Yes. Precisely. You've been playing sports. You know how to throw a ball.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't know how to throw a ball, good luck with this. I'm serious. There are those people who understand the physical world around us and how we are physically in the world, and like how I can take this and like shoom, like I know I could throw this over those tents over there, like because I have thrown a million things in my whole life. So I have a physical sense of the physical world. This is physical. So you have a sense of the physical world already through sports and through, you know, beating up your friends. So this all applies. If you've never had a wrestling match in the living room with your friend, this is not going to make any sense. Okay, good. So okay, this is called the molar stroke, leading from the wrist and doing that whip thing. It's called the molar stroke, from an old dead guy named like George Molar or something. Yeah, but now, so that's called the molar grip, or leading from the wrist. But now we're going to try leading from the bead. This is the bead, the tip. And so now the first thing, so our wrist is down as opposed to our wrist is up. Now our wrist is down, but we can still do the whip by sending this forward and like creating a pressure on the back of the stick. Therefore, the front of the stick just flies forward. So we can still, and all we need to do is open our hand a little bit and just pull it in with your fingers. Just boom. Yeah, yeah. But now turn this over and just try this. Do a one-handed clap. And think about, like, if I throw my hand out when I do it, that causes my fingers to like whip in. Like, start with the open hand and just throw it that way. So just do this. Yeah, and then close your hand as you do it. So start here, like I'm at the elbow and I'm moving this way. So then we can do a smaller movement. Like you can hear it. I'm technically doing a one-handed clap. And so that same open hand, closed hand is the same thing here. Open hand, closed hand, open hand, closed hand. Yes. Now do that same exact thing, but just now turn here and let go here and keep this turns. This is the weird part. Yeah, you understand the mechanics, but your thumb is still on top. If you turn, if you hold this out and create space here, if the idea is for my hand to be turned, then look what I can do. My hands are at my sides, and for me to turn and try to get this truly like on the side, I can't really go that far, but I can still make it go that far if I open my elbows. Look what happens to my hand. My hand turns. So we're not really thinking this turning, we're thinking turning because we're poising it from up here. Just do some hits. Okay, but now do it from here. Do some hits. Yes. Yes. You're still fighting it. You're still wanting to turn over. Like keep this, like try to turn your wrist as much as you can. See what that feels like. It'll feel uncomfortable because it's too much. But that's the idea. And the more you have your elbow out, the more it helps you achieve that turn. Because we can turn here at the shoulder, but we can also turn here in these two bones in our arm, the ulna and the radius. The radius, you know, the round radius. And so we can achieve so your homework assignment, come do a lesson with me, right there. Show this to your mom.
Okay.
Who are you going to teach this to tomorrow?
My little brother.
Who's your little brother? That guy. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like I'm about to teach him, so you have to teach someone new. Who else could you teach this to?
My dad.
Okay. Teach this to your dad and get him to turn over, to have your thumb on the inside in the back of your hand. Yes. Now hold out your elbow. Yeah, yes. Ah, that right there. Now show your dad what you're doing before. Just do, well, now you're doing it right, but turn your thumb over and do what you like, have this here, do what you want to do there. Yeah, that's what he was doing. Now he's not going to do that anymore. He's going to turn his elbow out so that he can turn this whole thing around, because the wrist bends more this way than it does this way. Efficiency of motion. And no one picks up a hammer. When you pick up a hammer, you don't do this. Everyone turns over to have like downward pressure on the hammer, like down control. So I've never seen anyone hammer like this. No one would do that. Well, not that people haven't done it, but it makes sense to have as much down as you can. It's the same as doing a hammer. In fact, I should just have a hammer and like an anvil to hit, to have them, oh, that's a good idea. I should have like a board with some nails and just have kids practice, and then I can go from the hammer to the stick. Ah, thinking. Do you want to do this, buddy? I double dare you. Do you think he could get it?
Probably.
Probably. I can see it on your face. You would be able to do what I... Go encourage him. Take that. Show that to your dad.